Hello, IEJ76 Ian here. Welcome to AOR Racing. This is the Semi-Pro League Touring Car Cup, race 3 and 4. I finished 12th and 6th in race 1 and 2 from Watkins Glen. This is the 3rd and 4th race from Alton Park, and it's a championship order grid, so we're 10th in the championship, so we start 10th. And the first race is going to be a 20-minute race, followed by a reverse grid and a 40-minute main feature race, which will be in the wet. This one, as you can see, is thankfully in the dry. We've lost the place already to Derry McCoy, and we're running the Renault Megane in this series. We do like our Renaults. Pretty obvious, a lot of the guys have gone for Renault, though a few towards the end of the selection process did choose some other cars. But you can see two guys on the left hand side, Derry McCoy, and another one have lost it, but we've lost the place as well. So we've come out of that in 10th, so we've held our grid position. And Alton Park International Circuit is a good one. I enjoy it. Got a good feeling with this car. Running stable setup. As you can see, I'm running the racing line at the moment, and we've certainly had a better start than we did at Watkins Glen, where basically I lost connection on the formation lap, had a huge crash, and basically was a lap down for the whole race, but had a good race 2 and got some decent points in 6th. So coming down towards the Knickerbrook complex, we're trying to keep up with the guys in front. You can see on the map on the right hand side there's a lot of drivers close by this early, and I certainly hope to finish higher than 10th. So there's trouble ahead. As you can see, two drivers, Michelle and our teammate Mr. Zeal, have gone off, and we're up to 8th. So about 7.5 minutes into the race, we're in 8th place, and we make a mistake here. Look, if you go on the right hand side, we just clip that tyre, and thankfully we didn't do any damage, but we've lost time, and that's enabled ABR to come through and take us, so we're down to 9th. Difficult double apex right hander there. ABR is a new driver, I believe, pretty quick though, so he's probably going to get away from us. We've got Extrema really close to us, almost gives us a tap but doesn't, but he's going to get a good run through Deer Leap, and this is going to be pretty difficult to hold on to this position. He's already alongside us, so there's not a lot I can do, so I let him go, but try and do a switch back, which nearly works. Almost get alongside him, but not quite, and he should be clean through. So into the second half of the race, less than 10 minutes to go. We're in 10th, but there's a lot of cars ahead of us. ABR and Graham Portugal are battling. Extrema's somewhere in that as well, and ABR and Graham Portugal come a cropper, and we go right through the middle. I had nowhere else really to go, though it looked like it was a gamble, but I really had to stay online and go through between the two drivers, so I was quite lucky there. So we're 7th at this point, and there's all sorts going on in front. Extrema has had a little bit of a collision, I think, with Fozzie Fella, so we've got a run on him down to the chicane. He gives us room on the outside. Fozzie Fella may have damage because he's let us both through, and we gained another spot and up to 6th now. And I had a really good balance with this car. Tyre wear was absolutely fine. The fuel level was set as a default to get us through the race, so quite simple to manage the race strategy wise. And we're just trying to get a little bit closer to try and force him into a mistake. Braking as late as we dare, and he runs wide, we run a little less wide, but he's away for now. Okay, now into the last 5 minutes, and we're still with Extrema, running at pretty similar pace to him. Possibly we could go quicker if we get through, and we get a good exit there from that left-hander. Now down towards a very fast left-hander before Island Hairpin, and we nearly run out of road on the outside, but he's held it nicely, so have we. And this was a really exciting battle. I enjoyed this one. Okay, on to the last lap, and well, we've got Extrema and AOR Gizmo are now together. So Extrema and ourselves have both caught AOR Gizmo. Now you can see on the left hand side with this, where the standings are, that Extrema in 5th has got a 4-second penalty, so all I have to do is stay within 4 seconds of him. As you can see, I am a second or so behind him, and I will get 5th place. So I'm keeping close enough to take advantage if perhaps AOR Gizmo gets into trouble, but as it stands I think we're going to get 5th, which I'm pretty pleased with from 10th on the grid. We have taken advantage of a few other drivers' mistakes, but that's what you've got to be in this league, consistent, and you will make up some spots. And we're going to come across the line. Unbeknownst to us until this point coming up soon, AOR Gizmo also had a penalty, so we finished in 4th, our joint highest result in AOR. So race 2, reverse grid, so we're 12th. We've got the guys that were 3rd, 2nd and 1st behind us, and as you can see, pretty wet conditions, but with the exception of this first corner, which got more and more tricky in terms of potential aquaplaning, I didn't find it was too slippery, surprisingly enough. I was able to run reasonable pace and didn't have too many troubles in the early part of the race anyway. As we go around the left-hander, and 3 drivers decide they've had enough already, so they're off, and we're up to 9th now. And I really didn't know what to expect from this race, hoping to pick a few spots up, but realising that the quick guys that were 1, 2, 3 and a long way ahead of us in race 1 are going to be coming up the inside, as they do. And racing it home there in the white and black and red car goes through. He won race 1, so we are back down to 11th. A few minutes further on, Extrema has gone extremely wide there, and we're going to come up the inside. We're going to have far too much momentum for him. He's still there pretty close on the right hand side, and I just didn't dab the brakes quite enough, and I've gone off along with another driver. Luckily, at a part of the circuit we can get away with it without hitting anything, but unfortunately we're down to 13th now. Next time round, and AOR Gizmo, you can see on the far side there, has gone off. Careful not to hit him as he rejoins, and we're up to 12th. I'm just trying to keep it smooth. In 12th, Darren McCoy outbrakes himself, so easy to do in that last corner, and we're up to 11th now. Now this troublesome corner, for other people anyway so far, Fozzie fella runs wide, and we've picked up another spot. Okay, Grand Portugal now is going to have a big moment on the outside as we did earlier on, so we've gained a position up to 8th. And then our only really major-ish mistake of the race, just outbraked ourselves round too wide, so we've slipped another few seconds back from Extrema. And a few laps later, we've got Extrema chasing down Mr. Zeal, our teammate, in the Renault Megane, and they don't hit each other, but the battle is enough to see Extrema go wide, so we're up to 7th. Next lap round at the same spot, we've got Extrema all over the back of us. I think he's the quickest actually of us 3, and he goes up the inside, but he doesn't make it stick, and we managed to get the position back straight away. So chasing down our teammate Mr. Z, and again he has trouble as Extrema did, and we made up a spot to 6th. So that was it basically. Good finish in the end, happy with 4th and 6th, good points haul, moves us up to 5th in the table on 42 points. So 2 rounds, so 4 more races to go, all in Germany. We've got 2 next time out at Hockenheim, and then another 2 at the shorter Nürburgring circuit. This is just some of the shots external of the race. The winner of both races was Racing at Home. Brilliant battle, particularly in the second race, so I think he was 4th up to the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes and managed to win. So a double win for him. He leads the championship clearly at the moment. Next time will be Hockenheim. Join us then.